Make sure lang 30 FPS yung stream. Ayoko maubos data ko bigla. Di pa ako nakapagpa-load. Puta. Puro sarado mga tindahan lang yan.
Pwede kitang bigyan anytime. Also, naka-ano na ako, naka-stream na ako. Pili ko maririnig tayo, wait lang. Yan ako. Ayan, i-mute ko muna yung desktop audio. Pwede kitang loadan anytime. Sa akin na naman number mo. Just in case. Sige. Pero magde-defend muna ako.
Hello! Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Afternoon na nga, 12:01 na. Welcome to the OSU Philippines Nationals OSU Catch 2022 Tournament Grand Finals. I am your commentator, Sergio85. Also joining me in the booth is one of the tournament hosts, Nosuri, and also later joining us in the call will also be Silaweska Els helping us out in commentary. Good afternoon. Kamusta dyan?
Oo nga, kamusta nga dyan? Isa rin ako doon sa mga magko-commentary for this match. Nakakain ka na ba?
Di pa nga ako nag-aalmusal.
Ako rin.
So, but I guess it's time for us to talk about this match. Kasi ang dami naghihintay sa matchup na to. We have Henrick against Rustyy today. Also, just to give context, Henrick has the twice to beat advantage since he came to the grand finals from the winners bracket. This does mean that Rustyy has to defeat Henrick twice today. Just for him to win the tournament, but Henrick only needs to win once, and he wins the tournament. And I think we are just waiting for both of these players to start their warm-ups. Pretty sure both of them are already inside the multiplayer room. Apologies kung medyo mananahimik kami konti dito kasi alam niyo naman, Grand Finals. Medyo tensyonado po tayo mga kaibigan.
Nagda-download pa ata sila ng map.
Oo, di na-download pa. I mean, you know, PHNet. Lugi nga lang si Rustyy kasi nasa Pinas siya. Tapos si Henrick nasa Maple Land.
Yep, Canada. PHNet moment. I think tapos na nilang i-download yung map, hinihintay na lang sila mag-start. So mag-warm up na muna sila para tanggalin yung mga kaba nila.
Like, just get settled into the, get settled lang sa environment. I mean, like, nakakailan laro na din itong dalawa ito, pero iba kasi pag Grand Finals eh.
Yep.
It's different.
Yep, the pressure.
Also, I think this is wait lang. Ito yung opening ng Kaguya-sama Season 2, no?
Yep.
Immediately getting some very rough start, kung putting it nicely.
Is this a convert map? Like,
ikaw ito mas makaka-recognize yun eh.
Let's check. Hindi ba kasi natin check dito? Okay. Hindi siya convert.
Hindi siya convert. Taka kasi ako nagtatanong yung referee kanina kung ano yung setting yung MP map 2 ba or MP map 3. Kasi 3 ko main eh. 1 ko tayo ko.
Oh, this is mapped by
goodness.
one of our map pickers. Si Katsurag.
Ooh, shoutouts to the map pool selectors, by the way. Like, they've done a very good job throughout the entire tournament.
Yep. I really love that finals map pool. Ang daming like, alam kong mga may material yung mga maps. Pero decent pa din sila eh.
I mean, ikaw ba naman lagyan ng Willy Reveille may yung map pool? Oh my goodness, ano yung ending na yun? Normal ba yung ganyan sa
Hindi.
top level catch play?
In terms of
lang.
like, parang feeling ko intended lang. Pero kung pag-usapan natin is kung rankable siya, I think it's not.
Okay, so we are now waiting for the second warm-up of the match. Ano kaya yung lalagay ni Rustyy dito sa ating sa ating hapag?
VTuber map for Bugs? Wait, ano to?
Oo nga, no? Wait lang. Wait a minute.
Wait. Seryoso tong pick na to?
Wait. La Mama de la Mama? Tama ba?
Yeah.
So this is literally your mom of your mom. Wait, mom of your mom or something like that. Parang sobrang elaborate naman ito for a your mom joke or something.
Okay, I think specific map din siya. Mapped by one of the Colombian mappers in Casual Community.
Oh.
So we have another specific map warm-up. So, hinihintay lang natin sila mag-start and ayun nga, nag-start na. As I said it.
Anyways, now that we're on the second warm-up, medyo dumadating na tayo dun sa punto na kailangan na natin makita kung ano ba mangyayari once they start the banning phase, the picking phase. I mean, we'll eventually have to talk about that. Also, ano to? Hey,
Your one half left, right? Is this, wait, I check out. Is this high BPM? This is 74 BPM. I think, mga
1/4? 1/8?
I think 1/8.
Mukha siyang ano ba? 74 times 2. That would be 148. 148 1/4. So, 1/8 nga siya.
1/8 na. 1/8 sa 74 BPM.
Also, you're just learning that para malaman niyo kung ano yung equivalent BPM ng mga streams. Kung for example, 1.6 yung stream, i-multiply nyo lang yung base BPM ng 1.5.
Yep.
Kung gusto mo malaman kung 1.8 times yung base BPM by 2. Ayan yan.
So basically, you're technically, you're playing high BPM here. With how the snappings were used, like it's full of 1/8s in 74 BPM.
Ay, ano ba? 148 eh. 148, 1/4.
Yeah.
So, mataas ba yun sa inyo?
Parang okay lang.
Pero parang din, grabe yung spacing ng mga dash din. Grabe yung accuracy ni Henrick. And we're done with the warm-ups.
Yep, init na sila. Hintayin na lang natin yung ban and fix nila.
Anyway, so we have again, as mentioned earlier, at the start of the stream, Henrick has the twice to beat advantage in this grand finals. Kailangan na manalo ni Henrick only once to win the entire thing. Rustyy will have to defeat Henrick 2 times in a row to win the entire thing. The reason why Henrick has come from the winner's bracket here to the grand finals and has technically not lost in a double elimination tournament. So he has to lose twice to get eliminated and get second place. Music lang. Here we go, mga roll. Henrick nag-roll ng 36. Tama ba nakita ko? And Rustyy with a 49, I think. Wait, no, 89 ba?
Yep, 89.
89. So,
89.
yeah. Also, hello, Siloweska Els. Welcome to the commentary booth.
Hello there. So, Rustyy wins the role. So, I believe Rustyy will be banning second and Henrick will be banning first.
Now, Mox, since you know these two players a bit more than we do, ano ba sa tingin mo? Yung mga medyo mga galawan itong dalawa ito ngayon.
I think magbaban si Rustyy ng hidden. And then hindi ko naman pipidik yung kay Henrick kasi nakapagpili din siya ng ban which is HR2.
Ano ba, like, ganyan ba tendency din ni Henrick sa team? Like, puro hard, parang iiwasan yung mga hard rock, ganun.
I don't think that's not sure if that's the reason behind it. Pero makikita mo dun sa chat na parang gusto niya tanggalin yung 5-minute na HR back.
So lang, para hindi ganun yung oras.
And so,
I mean, like, parang parang may trend ata siya mula pa ata nung semi-finals, quarterfinals pa ata din yun na
Yep.
Iniiwasan talaga yung hard rock to, halos walang pumipili.
Parang usually kasi nasa HR2 yung mga short but harder ones. Parang usually dun eh. Tapos, as I predicted, magbaban na ng hidden si Rustyy. Kasi he knows that Henrick is strong on hidden. And Rustyy's first pick is double time too.
Team Rustyy having been pretty strong on double time. Diba? Like yung mga previous matches. Also,
Yep.
just to give context then, yesterday, Rustyy won against Kielzu through tiebreaker. So, if Henrick was watching, like, he'll know what Rustyy is capable of in this map.
I think double time 2 is more demanding in movements, but it's low AR, so it will be a little bit challenging for these players if hindi nila masasabayan yung demand ng movements throughout the map. So we'll see kung sino man nanalo sa round na to.
Also, just to note, consistent din sa strategy kahapon ni Rustyy kay Kielzu na ito yung pinakauna talaga niyang first pick talaga niya in a match. Rustyy has a 919,000 score, so we'll have to see if Rustyy is able to improve from less than 24 hours ago.
For a split second, I thought you were gonna say like 2014 or something.
Hindi, like, ano kasi oras lang kahapon, di ba? Alas 3. So, less than 24
Wait,
hours.
so they played like 3 p.m. yesterday lang?
Oh, good.
Henrick with a very early miss. That's gonna give Rustyy the early advantage.
Very early indeed. Henrick gets another one.
But Rustyy trades it back. And look at that accuracy disparity. It's really close now. Is that a client drop?
I
No, it's
am not sure. It doesn't look like it's a client drop. Rustyy actually pretty much having the advantage early on, and he's just
As you
building up.
say that, it's going back to Henrick. Though the accuracy advantage will still go to Rustyy, albeit it's more important to have the combo. And as I say that Rusty's gonna miss another one.
Ang mahirap dito kasi, Henrick likes to build up on that combo once he gets going. Like, pag napaandar na niya yung makina niya, hindi mo na mapipigilan yan eh. Like, look at this. Like, that was a very rough start, but then Henrick is starting, okay, never mind, I kind of cursed that.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty sizable, that was a big chunk, but Rustyy trades it back. And as I say that Henrick will as well, oh, they're just trading misses right now, but ultimately it's gonna benefit Henrick more than it does benefit Rustyy.
And Henrick really got saved by that very large combo at the previous section. Though Henrick and Rustyy do trade, again, trades do favor whoever's in the lead, and Henrick will be the first person to get on the board.
And may kita mo talaga dito kung sino yung nahihirapan at yung hindi. Kasi may kita mo doon sa pattern ng buong map na sobrang demanding niya sa movement. Especially yung mga wiggle parts. I noticed that they're missing those parts. And may kita mo na parang mas nasasalo ni Henrick yung mga patterns na yun.
Also surprising to note, Rustyy's score on this yesterday against Kielzu was way better than Henrick's score today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, that was a totally different time. 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. for some players can really be different, so circumstances will not be the same as usual.
And Henrick will be picking DT1.
Okay, well, you have to see how this pans out. I do think it's a bold move. Like, if you think your opponent's good at DT maps, as you've said, Rustyy is one of those people who are really good at DT, and you win that point, and you just go, I want to pick this. It's like saying, I'm better than you at your strongest skill set, and that's a huge statement to me.
Also, something to note, DT1 was not played yesterday in the Rustyy Kielzu match. So, it was banned. Sino nga na-ban? Si Kielzu ba? I know, Rustyy banned DT1 yesterday. So, kind of a tight possession for Rustyy here. Henrick going to defend his first pick. And Rustyy needs to pull off something if he wants to get on the board as well. Since, again, Rustyy is in a massive disadvantage against Henrick. He has to win 2 matches today.
Yeah, that's going to be one heck of a daunting task. I believe this is first to 6 or first to 7.
Yeah, this is the first to 6 match. So not your usual kind of shorter than usual grand finals, but that's what the rules say.
I mean, it's enough. Enough is enough, to be honest. I do think playing like 12 maps in a row, and that's not even counting the warm-ups, is going to be very tiring, especially for both of these players. But I do think if ever it does go to that stretch, I think Henrick will have the advantage.
I mean, shouldn't we be biased to lengthen this match a bit more since commentator tayo? Pero we're not allowed to say. Oh wait, we're not allowed to say that lot.
Well, you're right, but again, we'll have to see first how this one pans out.
Ultimately, we'll have to see one of these players win.
Yep, ultimately indeed. So
I think hindi ata have they started up?
Yeah, they've started already.
It does appear that the tournament client isn't loading loading the map. I think we'll have to we are working on checking if whatever the issues are on the stream. Please give us a few.
I just restarted. For some reason, it's not syncing at the moment.
We'll have to see. While we're waiting for that,
Well, I do want to just point out, this is a 4-minute map, 4 minutes and 30 seconds, so it's totally different. Oh wait, but I forgot that it's in DP, so it should be
it's a
about 2
double
minutes,
time.
right?
Should be
Should be 2 minutes, right?
should be like just less than 3, I think, as far as I know.
Well, still, in comparison to the first map, that's pretty long, actually.
And here we go. Finally, the map is loaded, and we are seeing Henrick with a very pretty sizable combo going to the final third of the map.
Overall, that's really what's giving Henrick the advantage here. It's that combo ability. And not only that, but the accuracy advantage is going to be Henrick as well by a long shot. 1% is pretty sizable, and to think that we're in the final stretch of the map, I believe that's 1 quarter left. This is not looking good for Rustyy at all.
Not looking good indeed, and we are kind of seeing the reason why Rustyy banned this yesterday, I think.
Really scary for Rustyy, because if this really keeps up, this would be a 2-0 advantage for Henrick. Not really the best start for Rustyy, but it's not over yet. Gotta compose yourself.
Yep,
Oh
we
my
still
gosh,
have other...
Henrick is just building up. Is this a full combo?
I think
We'll have to
it's
see
a
the
full
results.
combo. Let's see.
It's definitely a full combo.
Oh.
No, never mind, it's not.
Oh.
Okay, there must have been a few misses at the start, I feel.
Rustyy actually having a pretty rough second half of the map. And Henrick will be getting their second point.
So right now it is Rustyy's pick. So this could be their chance to swing the momentum, and 1 point, like just 1 point, can shift the course of the match already.
Okay, this is a very quick grand finals considering na hanggang 6 points lang, and
Yeah, not really.
you just don't want Henrick to start pulling away.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about, like, I believe the recent tournaments usually have like 7. Another tournament had an 8, first to 8 grand finals. So yeah, this is not your usual first to 7 or first to 8 grand final.
Well, higher stakes though, which is pretty nice to look at. And we are going to be seeing Nomad 2. So we are delving into the first Nomad pick of the entire match.
Oh, Nomad 2. This one is a long map, and it's also hard as well.
It does appear that Rustyy looks like he's following his strategy from yesterday. This was also Rusty's second pick of the match against Kielzu.
And who won that pick in that match? Was it Rustyy?
Rustyy won that. Rustyy won this yesterday. And Rustyy actually having a 990,000 score with 10 misses. Rustyy really needs to pull off those scores though in this match. Like the thing with tournaments is that your form has to be super consistent if you want to get a deep run. I mean, this is the deepest run you could ever have since Grand Finals na nga.
But here we go. With the third pick, I believe that's pronounced Croy or Craw. That's
Croa.
Is it
Or
without
something like that,
X?
Croa.
yeah,
without
without the X, without the X.
So I mispronounced it on the map who showcased.
What was the Croixig sabi mo?
Yeah. I meant
Yeah, the usual.
Yeah, that's his one.
Anyways, both players forgetting to turn off autoplay for a sec, and Henrick turning it off with a miss.
Oh, and I think Rustyy would also had a better spinner. But the thing about this whole match, well, except for the second map because we really didn't get to see the start, it does seem like Henrick's starts are a little bit worse than Rustyy's. But what really decides it is how consistent Henrick can get. And while Rustyy does have an amazing start, they will eventually drop in the middle section of the map.
But like in a match like this, you cannot afford to do that. You have to be consistent, and we've seen Rustyy drop a droplet. Well, and both players' accuracies are already pretty similar. Rustyy dropping that
Never
combo,
mind.
and Henrick will be starting to pull ahead. And there you go. The score has shifted to Henrick's side. Rustyy does not afford to commit any mistakes in the 89% accuracy. Henrick is just building up.
I mean, the lead isn't actually increasing that much, so Rustyy's still within striking distance.
Definitely. I mean, 200 lang ang combo cap sa catch, diba? So, it won't be that much of an advantage, but you do not want to be on this. You do not want this to happen, though. I mean, it's a fairly long map, and Rustyy also dropping their pretty decent combo as well. Henrick just on the roll, like full comboing ever since that miss from the intro.
Yeah, that really could have been it. Well, I just noticed, but Rustyy actually dropped once more. The thing about tournament matches is the simple and very small mistakes can matter so much in getting the points that you need.
Oh my goodness, Henrick is now starting to pull away.
For a really long map like this scoreboard is actually pretty big.
We'll have to see though going into the second half of the map.
But do take note that the second half of this part is harder than the first part. Especially, watch out for these stairs at the start of the second part. I mean, at the middle of the second part.
Some call na. Ang hirap siguro. No? Parang sakit sa pakiramdam ko. Oh, here we go. Henrick actually dropping their combo. That gives Rustyy some breathing room, I think. But he'll have to start pulling that advantage towards his side.
That's true. Rustyy has to hope for Henrick to miss once more. And Rustyy can't afford to miss another time. Oh, that's
Rustyy! Oh!
That is going to be... That is not good at all. Henrick has to drop more, but
And Rustyy gets another one.
Every time, Rustyy could probably have had the opportunity, they just couldn't get it. And this is just showing who probably might take it if things keep the same, and then he trade.
Well, oh man. I mean, we're only at low combo numbers. I mean, there's still a quarter of the map left, but Henrick's advantage is pretty immense.
Oh, like, I just noticed, but there's a trade again. The thing about trades, though, is that it will always favor the one who has an advantage, and that would be Henrick.
Henrik just phenomenal with that combo game.
Never mind, you cursed it again as they drop.
I don't think that combo even mattered. Like, Henrik's just super consistent throughout the entire map.
Well, that's true, and we're at the final stretch of the map. Another trade between two players, I think that should decide it. And Henrick is going to be winning their third point in a row. 2 break points, and one of their picks, of course, was their win.
Man, this is absolutely interesting because Rusty's scores from yesterday would have beaten Henrik's scores today. Like, if I'm looking at the MP link from yesterday's match against Gyelzu, right? That is where your consistent. That is why your consistency absolutely matters in a tournament setting. You have to be able to pull off score after score after score.
That's true. You really, even if you may have a higher peak than some players, if your floor isn't that good, it will not be paying off. And it's showing right now.
Well, oh man, it will be interesting now to see, since Henrik will be picking, and Henrik will will be 2 points away from winning the entire thing.
And Henrik picked Hard Rock 1. Do take note that Hard Rock 1 has a really small circle size. So it's going to be pretty challenging for these two, and we will see who would have the better accuracy.
Okay, so I'm looking at it. Hard Rock 1 was played yesterday against Gyelzu. Gyelzu was the one who picked it, and Gyelzu actually won that pick as well, defending that. Rustyy has a 732,000, so it does mean that Rustyy has to beat that score, at least beat that score. But Henrik is just being Henrik right now. It does appear that the referee is having some connection issues, probably.
Yep. Apologies for that one.
Oh, medyo, ano to? Yeah, there is HR1. I mean, like, at this point, you'll have to start picking. I mean, not picking, like, getting breakpoints. Kasi after this, like, it will get harder and harder.
Yep. Well, marami pa namang options sa map pool na I think comfortable si Rustyy against kay Henrick.
Matter of na talaga, outplaying na lang talaga, no?
Yep. Commentators, 1 dot and I have 1.
1 dot? What do you mean by 1 dot?
Yeah, what do you mean by 1 dot?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, they're buying. I think they're gonna do it.
Well, we're just waiting now for whatever happens. Beneath the mask. Ito yung sa Persona, di ba?
Yeah.
Persona 5, good game. I just wish I could be able to play it. Anyways, here we go with HR1. Context, Rustyy did lose this against Gyelzu yesterday, so Henrik might be taking advantage of that. Rustyy will have to pull off a run of his life in this chart. in this map, and Henrick getting the early miss. We've seen early misses from Henrick. That will probably not matter later on, though. Rustyy cannot afford committing any mistakes. Doesn't look like he's being consistent right now, though. But as I said, that Rustyy getting a drop on that stream. Henrick as well trading, so it does mean that Rustyy will be maintaining this lead just a bit more. Just for a bit longer. And both players again trading practically at the same spot in the map, but Rustyy getting the miss, and that should give the lead to Henrick. And especially you have to note the accuracy advantage is already on Henrick's side. We're seeing the same trend from the previous 3 maps, but Henrick gets a drop. And the lead is slowly decreasing as well as Oh, never mind. Rustyy actually dropping his. As I was saying that, so Henrick will keep this lead a bit more for a bit longer. Wala nagkakaproblema sa mga hyper dash. I'm looking at it. As I said that again. Wala nakaka-maintain ng combo masyado.
Yeah.
But Henrick is just being just committing lesser mistakes overall compared to Rustyy.
Yeah, it's kind of expected for maps like this, especially kung mataas yung circle size na marami talagang magmi-miss sa mga foots.
Break section, ang hirap naman the psychological aspect of seeing your seeing your opponent's score.
Oh,
and Henrick getting a drop. Rustyy cannot afford to drop any of this combo at all.
Yeah. Given na ang volatile ng hard rock when it comes to catch score V2. So we really need
there you go. Henrick getting a drop, Rustyy getting the advantage,
they
but
traded
they drop
misses
as well. Kaya ba? Can Rustyy maintain this lead?
They cannot afford to get misses.
There's no misses here so far, and it's the final section of the map. Any drops here is going to be very fatal. And I think it's a break point too. It's gonna be a break point for Rustyy.
And Rustyy finally gets on the board.
Yeah, after struggling at the early parts, he managed to get a break point against Henrick.
Henrick getting a miss at the final quarter, being the undoing. For what would have been a very good score.
I just noticed this, but 17 missed for Rustyy, but ultimately the combo advantage, I think, is what gave the win.
That was a very rough middle section for Rustyy. Now you look at the performance graphs.
Yeah, he really struggled at the middle part, but he managed to get a high combo and managed to get a breakpoint against Henrick for this round, given that it's really hard to catch those patterns because it's really small. The circle size is so small.
If I am reading chat correctly, Rustyy is picking Hard Rock 3.
Oh yeah, I think we're getting a longer one. I think this is 3 minutes.
Okay, so this is Rustyy's third pick of the match, and sinusundan talaga ni Rustyy yung strategy niya kahapon, DT2 first pick, NM2 second pick, ngayon Hard Rock 3. So the next time Rustyy will be picking, we might be seeing Hidden 3.
Wait,
we'll have to see though. We'll have to see though.
I haven't checked the drafts, so I'm not sure. I'll check. Let me check.
Yeah, I have the sheet prepared on my end. So, Rustyy practically going for the same strategy now. We'll have to see though by his fourth pick, and here we go with Hard Rock 3. For context, Rustyy did win this against Kielzu yesterday.
Oh yeah, you're right. You could possibly pick Hidden 3 after this. It is killing him.
And Rustyy does have a 973,000 score on this, but he'll have to get that score or better that today. Henrick actually getting the first miss of the map, but this is a fairly long map to play. But so far so good for Rustyy. Rustyy finally dropping their double S.
That's true, but the advantage will be going to Rustyy. That accuracy lead is very big.
And Henrick getting yet another drop. Kind of a random drop there from Henrick.
This, I think, is going to open the door for Rustyy to make a comeback even more.
Oh man, who's to say this goes to tiebreaker? That would be epic. Like, ano pa lang, and Rustyy is bidding for a bracket reset in this match. Like, obviously, Rustyy cannot afford to commit any mistakes if he wants to do that, since Henrick still has this match score advantage overall. But I mean, we've seen in several tournaments, you're not safe until you get that final point. Ooh, there's a break section. Rustyy will know that he's in the lead. This is very good form from Rustyy now. Ooh, Rustyy actually dropping at the break section. Not good, especially that Henrick is amassing a pretty sizable combo.
I think this one miss might not be enough, but another will kill it for Rustyy.
Oh,
Well, I see.
Oh, there it is! There is the drop, and that is not good at all for Rustyy, as Henrick is going to be building that up.
And Henrick finally pulls the advantage. Emily's curses are on point since yesterday in soft sick.
but do
What are you
take note.
doing?
But do take note that we still have much time.
Yeah, this
That's
is
still enough time.
So, unfortunately, I
And
was supposed to say
Henrick dropping.
Henrick was supposed to miss, and there it is. So both of them have to hold the combos, never mind.
But Rustyy does not afford to leak any of that combo anymore because Henrick has the accuracy advantage as well. That was a very rough section for Rustyy to deal with.
That was not so good at all. Henrick, like, Rustyy really had hope for Henrick to miss. Even in the break sections, it doesn't matter. You gotta hold your combo, don't give up, and just hope for the best.
But he'll have to hope that Henrick gets a massive meltdown. It doesn't appear so because that combo... Ooh, Rustyy
That's
getting
another-
into the drop, and I think that is going to be a nail in the coffin. And Henrick might be getting his breakpoint revenge as well.
That's a trade of break points, but 4-1. We saw this story already. Not over yet.
You are not safe until you get that final point, indeed. But you have to think. You have to think about what are you going to do after this.
Like,
Rustyy eventually has to change things up, I think.
I don't think he would risk to pick Hidden Tray at the moment. If we're trying to follow his pattern from his last match against Kelza. So
Especially now that I realize that Rustyy lost Hidden 3 yesterday against Kielzu. But for now, it will be Henrick's pick.
I just noticed, but there's not been a single HD pick right now.
And Henrick trying to think. He was early. And we are seeing Hidden too. Not the hidden we were talking about, but it did
Vanguard.
happen.
yeah.
So,
Okay, context. Kielzu picked this yesterday against Rustyy, and Kielzu won that. So Rustyy lost this point. This would have been the point where Kielzu led the match 5-4.
you know, I just remembered something, but considering that the title Vanguard 3, I think this map is full of polyrhythms. It's one of those maps that, like, they don't have a consistent rhythm,
Yeah.
and you really have to. It's really technical in a sense.
Yeah.
Very technical in the sense, especially that you realize that it was a low-scoring map yesterday. Kielzu with a 573, Rustyy with a 515k score.
Yeah,
But
Hidden 2,
Henry,
yeah,
okay, carry
Hidden
on.
2 is a difficult map for this round. It's the most difficult, like among the three hidden maps, just because of its the way it was made. Like the snappings are really like the snappings really shows that it's really hard to catch, especially in low AR. I think this is AR 8.6. And it will be
Oh,
challenging for these players to catch it correctly, given that there are a lot of different snappings. And this is pure. And if I recall correctly, the mapper didn't use a slider here, so oh, never mind. He used.
There was a slider, as you mentioned
Yeah,
it.
man.
I mean,
well,
like, I'm pretty sure polyrhythms are always tricky to deal with whatever rhythm game you're playing.
that's true. And I do see 3 misses from Henrik and 1 from Rustyy. And another miss
Another
from
one.
Henrik.
And
Oh,
Rustyy
that's
trading.
But Rustyy's performing out of their mind right now, keeping that combo while Henrik is
Ooh,
continuously
as
missing.
you said that.
Oh my goodness! But look, Henrik has been missing a lot, and they actually dropped to the 92 range.
That is definitely helping Rustyy's cause here.
But that's gonna be a miss from Rustyy, which will not be helping them. But ultimately, those, how do we even say that? Those misses, those wave of misses, would benefit Rustyy.
Oh.
Never mind. Because that, oh wow, they're dropping a lot now. As Henrik with an amazing recovery.
I think it does appear that this part is like the most straightforward part of the map, and both players actually trading, so that will keep the advantage to Rustyy's side just a tad bit more. For a
Well,
tad bit longer, I mean.
But unfortunately, Rustyy dropped the combo right before the spinner. So for now, oh,
And
they
both players Rustyy saving it, missing at the same spot that the scores are now flickering, and Henrik has the advantage now that Rustyy has dropped.
Yeah, but there's still the ACK advantage, so 2 or 1, even a single miss from Henrik might switch it.
Oh,
Not.
Oh man.
And the ACK advantage will go to Henrik right now. It's going to be 96.4 to 96.2.
And officially, Rustyy has bettered the score from yesterday, but it's not enough since Henrik, with a very massive recovery at the end, Henrik will be getting match point. And Rustyy will have to win 5 points in a row to even get a bracket reset.
Look at those miss gaps though, 29 and 31. Those
Very
two misses
similar.
ultimately decided it.
I think
Henrik.
Henrik accumulated a higher combo than Rustyy, which is the reason why he won that round. Like they almost have the same misses. As you can see, it's 29 and 31 misses. So I think the difference that they had is how they accumulated the combo for that round.
Oh man, like Rustyy will be if it comes to that point, Rustyy will be forced to play tiebreaker for even get to bracket reset. The prospect looks exciting, but that is easier said than done. Especially that Henrik might want to close this out very early. But in case it comes to that point, both players will be asked to play the tiebreaker as a tiebreaker showcase, obviously. At the end of the thing, unless if it's actually played in a match. So here goes the theory. Rustyy will be picking. We might be seeing hit. Oh wait, no, Rustyy is actually changing it up. We are seeing no mod 1. Quite kind of a good call here, especially if you want to. You might want to avoid hidden given what happened just a bit earlier.
But I
Or
think
just
if Rustyy manages to get a point here, I'm pretty sure Henrik would pick the last hidden map on the pool
yeah.
just to close the entire match.
Rustyy, also just to note, Kielzu banned this yesterday against Rustyy, so this will be the first time we'll be seeing this map played in the weekend. And if Gyalzu banned this, and there might be an expectation that Rustyy should be able to play this comfortably. And both players practically tied. I mean, they are tied.
Oh,
And Rustyy blinks first, and that was the massive drop. Henrick maintaining the double S.
I don't know if Henrick can hold the double S for any longer considering the difficulty of this map, but it seems like they're able to still keep it a double S and not removing auto at all.
Henrick, oh man, that would be epic if Henrick is able to close out this match with a double S.
I highly doubt it's gonna be a double S though. It's really difficult, but we'll see.
Well, as it stands, Rustyy will have to beat the double S score though.
Which, of course, I think it's close to impossible unless you can force a repeat of the song.
And a forced repeat will not happen anymore since we're already above the threshold. Henrick's... Oh man.
Henrick is holding the D1 SS. Oh wait, no, just
This is not the Emily, remember that.
I'm sorry, but yeah, Henrick is just holding the SS. Even after the first third, and we're approaching the first half, and it's still an SS. Meanwhile, Rustyy's increasing the attack.
Rustyy is definitely starting to become more comfortable, but Henrick is just being monster right now.
This still an SS after like more than half of the match.
oh, Henrick
There you
is
go, Henrick is finally got it. That's what drop Rustyy actually taking the lead. That was a very rough section there from Henrick. What the heck happened right there?
Though we still have enough time for Henrick to go back.
Rustyy will have to maintain this though.
Yeah.
There is no way that just happened. But
Rustyy will have to maintain this form.
Oh!
though. And
They traded
got
misses,
this.
they traded misses.
Henrick with a massive drop! And Rustyy does too, but wow!
And we're
That
all-
was that,
and we're only
that,
had-
that streaming section was so intense. Henrick actually barely moving his catcher at all in that part.
I think that was what Rustyy was going for. You know, I just wanted to say, my headphone wire, like, got removed the moment I cursed Henrick there. So I was like, what happened?
Oh man! And Rustyy will be getting his second point on the board. Getting saved by that super difficult section.
Wow. That was a huge turn of events. That was so huge.
And Rustyy will be able to live this match for one more map.
Yep.
Oh wait, is Rustyy going to be finishing?
That should be.
I'm going to
Okay, I'll
predict. I'm going to predict that Henrick is going to pick Hidden One or Double Time, but most likely Hidden One. At this point,
It should be Hidden One, definitely.
yeah. Given that Henrick is really good at Hidden.
But we'll just have to see what Henrick will be deciding.
Like,
Yeah,
Henrick
as
just
expected.
okay, there you go. The hidden Henrick for the win. For bidding to win the entire tournament and close out this match.
Yeah, he's going to try to close out this match with Hidden One.
And Rustyy bidding to live for one more map. Going to be a task and a half.
If Rustyy manages to get a break point for this round, I think Nomad Tree is not a good way to pick. It's not a good map to pick. It's really hard. Like both of the players will point flip the Nomad Tree if they picked it.
Henrick actually saying that if he loses this and possibly tiebreaker hype, as we want to see a tiebreaker obviously, but if you're being Henrick right now, you do not want it to reach to that point. Anyway, just in a few moments we'll be starting this map. Well, waiting, I guess. Ano bang, nakapagtanghalian na ba kayo dyan? Twitch? There we go. Ilang minutes to? This is like, considering a cut version, like 2 to 3? Ganon?
This is 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
So it's a very short pick, and Henrick with the...
Oh, Rustyy misses.
What was that start from Rustyy? Actually, very rough.
Oh.
And Henrick getting a very needed drop for Rustyy. Rustyy needs to build this up though.
Well, luckily Henrick's gonna drop twice, which is gonna give it back to Rustyy. So there is a lead, accuracy and combo wise, but they do have to hold it, as you two have mentioned. Well, luckily Rustyy is about to reach the 200 cap. Never mind. Oh,
Never mind.
That is not so good because Henrick will be building up that combo and the lead can switch anytime soon. But luckily that accuracy advantage never
Yet another draw from Rustyy. That will mean that Henrick will be pulling that rope to his side, and both players trading trades to favor.
We don't know actually who it favors. But that's another trade.
Yes,
It
yeah,
actually favor Rustyy. Never mind. Oh wait,
What is this? What is happening?
What is happening? So this
Both players trading, but look at the accuracy difference. Rustyy actually dropping very hard, losing out on that trading sequence with Henrick, and Henrick just above 94%. Rustyy below 93%.
Yeah, that is not looking good.
And Henrick has won the trading sequence, but he is dropping just a bit more, and that will put the scores flicker again.
It's gonna give it to Rustyy. That's another drop from Henrick. Even though Henrick has the accuracy advantage, that combo means the world for Rustyy. Is this going to be
a quarter of a map left? Rustyy needs to hold on. He needs to hold on.
Yeah, they're running out of time, but Rustyy's gonna drop.
Missing out on that cross screen.
Oh no!
The other one.
They traded misses.
Is this going to be enough though? And Henrick gets to the drop. Rustyy gets the lead.
They're trading misses right now.
This is so close.
This is so close. Oh no!
And Henrick trying to pull ahead, and he wins the OSU Philippines Nationals OSU Catch Tournament 2022. Very, very close right there. What just happened?
That was amazing. What was that final part? That was an amazing performance from both players. This is not a 6-2. Like, on paper, that's 6-2, right? It definitely wasn't a 6-2 match.
This could have gone, that map could have gone either way. Henrick just getting through that final part a bit less scathed than Rustyy. And Henrick has won the OSU Philippines Nationals 2022 OSU Catch Tournament. He is the Philippine National Champion for the game mode OSU Catch.
So I believe they'll be playing the tiebreaker, right?
They are going to be playing the tiebreaker, yes. What? Wow! What was that?
That was a really close round.
Emily, they can stay there in that room. You don't need to make a new one. Just
Wait, are they allowed to do that in like? Are they allowed to do that for grand finals?
This is fine. Yes, Emily is actually refereeing while commentating. Yeah.
Yeah, that is why this is happening. In all honesty, I just want to say that was one heck of a run for both players.
very epic. That could have gone either way.
Looks like both players are ready to play the tiebreaker. I can't wait to see what these two will perform.
Oh man, what could have been? But not to take away from Rustyy's achievements, like obviously this is a build up for the Osukatch World Cup, which is happening in a few days. I mean, which is starting this weekend, am I right? Or was it next week? But Henrick just, oh man, being absolutely phenomenal. Never lost a single match throughout the entire tournament. Closing it out immediately in the first match of the grand finals. But wow. Anyways, I think we'll give the mic to Nosuri for some messages while this tiebreaker is ongoing. I'm pretty sure he has lots of things to say.
I have nothing to say. Oh, just kidding. So yeah. For me, I just wanted to give a shout out to our Maple selectors. They really did a great job selecting these songs. Also for the custom mappers, they really did a really good one for their custom maps, especially for the later rounds. And yeah, just wanted to give a credit to our commentators and referees for exerting their efforts in contributing for this tournament. Oh, I also want to mention here yung I want to speak Taglish now. So I want to
carry on.
So gusto ko i-mention dito yung shits niya na ni-provide sa amin nila Surf. It's really lenient. Like for referee and for the staffs like me who organize to organize the map booths and like facilitate matches. It's really lenient. So yeah, thanks for providing us the sheets.
I'd like to give a shout out to Albion the Great as well for helping us out with the spreadsheet cheating situation. He has saved our asses, like for allowing me to steal his spreadsheets from Soft 6. Thank you so much, Albion.
I also want to say thank you so much to the hosts for giving us the opportunity to commentate Catch the Beat matches, even though I don't have any idea how to play Catch the Beat at all. Same with Surf.
No, honestly,
yeah,
your commentaries are so good. Yeah, yung commentary nyo, it's so good. Like having you here in the tournament, like nakaka-hype yung mga matches dahil sa inyo.
So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for having us. Like,
yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Helping out. It was so fun helping out in this tournament.
Yeah, it really is a pleasure to ref and commentate these matches. And you know, I just wanted to point out right now, look at the scores here.
Rustyy actually in the lead in the tiebreaker. What is happening? Pero ihirap pa to sa second half, di ba?
Yeah,
I mean, this is Nel full version.
Mas mahirap yung yan. After Espirito, mas mahirap na.
Nel is a really challenging map, and both of these players are the combo caps, so I don't think this lead's gonna change anytime soon.
We'll have to see though. I mean, ano ba Emily? Ilabas mo na yung yung cursing powers mo.
I honestly can't curse the tiebreaker now. It's done. Both of these players still holding combos. I was like, usually in Mania, I was gonna be like, these players are holding consistent with their URs and whatever, but it's not really applicable to catch. So right now, all I could say is,
ayun na naman yung tagline mo.
oh my god. All I can say is these two players are doing amazing. no drops yet for now, so that's really impressive. It just goes to show that if this was a tiebreaker, Rustyy could probably win. Never.
Oh, there you go. Rustyy dropping twice.
Oh
All I can say is,
And Henrick is starting to. Oh no!
oh no! No!
What?
Curse.
Ayos ayos
no! We just back-to-back curses. Okay, Rustyy drops, but still, Henrick is keeping it up. These sections are no joke. Oh,
Sinasabi natin pangalan, bimiss na agad sila. Galing!
but yeah, Rustyy is going to have the lead. No drops yet, and Rusty's gonna approach the combo cap. Can they increase that lead further? Yes, they can. Never mind.
No!
Oh my god! Everybody's curses on so on point now, but Rustyy does have the lead in this tiebreaker. What could have been if this went? If this match went to that point?
Like,
I have no clue because now Henrick is in the combo cap. Rustyy not too far behind. The lead is on Rustyy's side at the moment. We just have to see first who can hold it longer. If this keeps up, Rustyy can take it, even with the accuracy disadvantage, and they're just holding it steady still.
Final 8 of the map, and wow, what could have been? But it won't matter anymore since Henrick closed out the match just enough. I mean, just early enough that the tiebreak this won't matter, and Rustyy dropping, and that does mean that Henrick will be
Not yet.
getting the
You don't know.
the lead at the end.
But we don't know because if Henrick drops here, the lead could go to Rustyy. But I think time ran out already. So
Di kasi sila nila naririnig eh, so
Yeah,
Rustyy
exactly.
getting a drop as you mentioned.
oh no. Yes. What are these scores though? Didn't Rustyy beat his score from yesterday?
I'll have to see. I'll have to see. Actually, yes, this is a better score from Rustyy compared to yesterday. 928k lang si Rustyy dito kahapon.
Wow, and considering
Wait, Henrick missed the final note.
oh my god.
Wow, man.
yeah, that's
Henrick,
an unrackable note, by the way.
Bunray with some very interesting fruit placements there. And that ends this match. Man, what a journey it has been. First nationals for the year. And what a way to start the entire OCPH tournament season. Any other words from you, Mox, Nosari?
For me, I think, meron ba kayong announcements na pwede kong endorse? Like, start na yung Mania.
Well, now that you mention it, since we are, yes, Nosari did mention that the OC Philippines Nationals 2022 OC Mania 4K and 7K tournament will be starting soon. Registrations are ending today. Magka-close na siya at 11:59 p.m. So, if you want to get out, I mean, to join that as well, then feel free to sign up on the forum. Nasa Tagalog sa forum yung forum thread. And we'll hope to see you there, and you also support the other nationals that are coming later in the year. We have Standard and Taiko as well, which are going to happen after the Mania Nationals.
That is true, and I also want to point out, please join 7K. We need more players. And considering that this is the end of Catch Philippines Nationals, I do have one more thing to say to the Catch players. I just want to say to the Philippines, at least, good luck to the Catch World Cup team and who's ever going to represent. We will be supporting you. We will be giving you all the support, and we surely do hope that they'll be able to put up one heck of a show as they did like in this nationals.
Oh man, I really hope that we're going to see a few names from this tournament on the OCCatch team. Ano na ba? Na-reveal na ba yung team list ninyo? Hindi pa, Mox? Meron na ba?
I think nagda-draft na yung captain namin. So, baka i-announce na lang yung captain later kasi na silang lalaro.
Well, we'll know that when we get there, and man, what a journey it has been for this tournament, and we hope that we are able to do this again next year for Catch. But for now, may mga ano pa kayo, pahabol tayo before I close this out.
Siguro ako, again, I just want to congratulate the top 3 players for Grand Finals, Pilzu, Rustyy, and for our champion Henrick. They really worked hard for this tournament, so I appreciate their effort for participating in this tournament. So yeah, it's about it for me.
I-shoutout mo na rin yung iba mo mga staff, eh.
Oh,
yung mga
yeah.
co-host mo.
Sorry.
Bago mo makalimutan.
Sorry. So yeah, shoutout na rin dun sa co-host ko, si Lobster. He's been helping us since the start. And for our, again, I'll directly mention them. For the map pullers, we have like Roydo, si Lance, sila Zerk, sila Bonray, and for the custom mappers, yeah, again, sila Lan, sila Bonray, and we also have a Canadian custom mapper, si Unlucky. Thank you for providing your custom map for Grand Finals. And yeah, for the referees, I want to thank Ichinose, Topek, Emily, Silent Boys, and Kagamina Rin for putting an effort for revving the matches. So yeah.
Also, we'd like to follow up a shout out as well for Airy for helping us
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
the streaming end. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot Airy. Sorry. Oh yeah, he really helped us in streaming and revving, and I really appreciate his help for the tournament.
Also, giving a shout out as well for FL Camo and Yupi Nameng for doing a lot of things in the graphics end of the tournament.
Yeah.
And this won't be the last time you'll be seeing this graphics team. I mean, buong nationals gagamitin to. So you're going to see a bit more eye candy. But we'll just give them a shout out. And with that, this is the OSU Philippines Nationals 2022 OSU Catch Tournament. What a tournament it has been. This is Sergio 85, alongside with me in the commentary booth, Salwaska Owls and Nosuri, signing off.
Bye.